Good morning, you join me here with my 1994 Jaguar XJ40. Bit of a mission with XJ40. So previous viewers may recall that we've done several trips with XJ40, both in UK holidaying but also abroad. I think most notably in 2018 we did a trip all the way down to the south of France in XJ40, and also last year down to the south of France again with XJ40. So this year there's two particular events that I need to get XJ40 ready for. One is a family holiday all the way over in Slovenia, which I've looked on the maps and I think is around 1,500 miles door to door, so a round trip of 3,000 miles plus whatever local mileage we do out there. And also, because it's 2026, we've also got the 40th anniversary of XJ40, so there's various events going on in the UK, care of XJ40 Register and other clubs such as the JEC. And one of them that we've signed up for is a trip to Germany. And I want to make sure that this car is ready for both these events. The great thing about this boot is you can get suitcases in, stack them up like so, and it basically means you can put a whole load of luggage in there. So I took the CD player out last year to create some more space as well, and it also means I've got room to put in travel essentials, so a tyre pressure pump, oil and first aid kit and all the usual things, and there's a sort of socket spanner kit over there, usual paraphernalia over there as well. But huge boot, biggest one out the lot, which is why I want to take this car to Slovenia. There's a few things I need to attend to before we can get that far. Of course, it goes without saying we'll need to do a full service on the car, but also there's a little bit of bodywork. I think some of these arches are getting a little bit crusty, so I need to sort that out. Come in here, it's not too bad in here, but just minor details where you can see we've started getting a bit of corrosion. Trim's not too bad actually. If I come in here again, similar story, not too bad actually. This wheel down here, I think the rim on the other side is slightly compromised because this is actually demonstrating slow puncture. Now it could be the tyre itself. We noticed this when we was going to France last year. I've not gotten round to fixing it yet. If I come round to the front, a few battle scars here. There's a chink there. Fortunately it's not in the main light section. However, I think in this one in particular, right at the back, it's probably not going to come out on camera, but it's lost its tint. So I'm probably going to have to get these refurbished or something so that we have bright lights. Not going to do a huge amount of night driving, but I have noticed that the lights aren't as bright as they used to be maybe some years ago. Along here on as well, I can see bits of corrosion. I wonder if I might be able to get away with just clean that up a little bit. Okay, I thought I'd share this tip in case others have this issue. So I have got a low level, low profile jack, but there wasn't sufficient room to get the jacking plate fully engaged with the front subframe. So you can see here it's just partly engaged, which is not ideal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop her onto the smaller axle stands I've just got out there. They're lined up the jacking points, and then what I can do is move the trolley jack in further and get it properly meshed with the front subframe, because I want to get the larger jacks in place so I have more room to work underneath. But at the moment, to take this up any higher where that is would be unsafe. Okay, the rear is less fiddly. I've got the jack on the rear subframe in the centre thereabouts, and even though it's way under the car, it's actually, even with the angle of the car tilting backwards because I've got the car on the front axle stands, it was actually easy enough just to start in small incremental amounts, just using the jack arm here, and then you get more and more movement as she gets higher up. No problems there at all with getting a sufficient location on the rear subframe. So what I'm going to do now is just drop it down onto front bumper. Is a little bit corroded. I don't think it's too structural though, which is good news. Giving it a good prod of screwdrivers, a few flaky bits, but nothing too bad. But it's been wax oiled it comprehensively over the years, so I think that's probably saved it. Right, I'm just under the front of the car. I'm looking at the alternator I replaced a couple of years ago. That's still in good condition. Looking at the front subframe here, that's all in remarkably rude health. There's a little bit of a crust down the bottom there, in the corner where my foot is. I think. Yep. There we go. The spring over there is not bad. There's a little bit of surface corrosion. The pan that the spring sits in is pretty good, just a little bit of superficial corrosion there. And track arms, you'd probably expect to see a bit of corrosion there. There's a leak, looks like it's coming possibly from the power steering, from the steering rack, possibly. It needs further investigation. I can't tell at this stage. It could just be an oil leak from somewhere else, and you can see it blowing back onto the engine oil sump. Coming over here, again, superficial corrosion here. The anti-roll bar at the front's got a bit of corrosion on it, and this spring's probably a little bit more corroded. Okay, I'm just on the left-hand side of the car and looking at the gearbox, and then just going further forward, getting a bit of a better view of the steering rack and also the shock, spring and spring pan. I'll come over to the other side here, and also up there I can see the single oxygen sensor that this model has on, and it looks like it's pretty corroded to the exhaust system. That's not surprising, it's the original one. I need to change that. I've got a fuel fail 66 code coming up intermittently, and I think it's that. Coming around to the chassis legs, yeah, usual jacking injuries there, but again, just a bit of superficial rust that will need to be brushed down and cleaned off. And it's the same on this side as well. The lines are all good. It's just superficial. I was a bit worried about this bit, but that seems to be superficial. So I screwdrivered it and it wouldn't budge, which is great news. Coming further around along, say more chassis leg stuff, just needs to be cleaned off. Looking at the rear, I can see here we've got the probably as a separate spring and shock, but it's not. It's all integrated. So my mistake. It was separate on the front. Looks like there's a spring tray for the shock and spring at the top there. That's not looking in particularly great health. I've had a good prod around the side of it. There's a little bit of superficial corrosion there, but structurally it's good. So there's the top of the spring. You can see just to the side there's a bit of corrosion going on. I think I'm going to have to replace the whole spring and shock there. We're riding a little bit low at the back, and I'll do the same on the other side, so I need to spec out the parts for that. Boot itself looks pretty good, pretty solid. Exhaust, yeah, a little bit crusty at the end there, but nothing too major. And again with the rear, a little bit of superficial corrosion on the bumper beam at the back. Just pop the distributor cap, and I can see what's coming from this angle. Maybe this is looking pretty worn, so I think this needs replacing. And if I look at the cap, you can see the usual white marks and wear marks on there as well, so I think I need a new distributor cap and this as well. So actually not too much work. I think the big challenge is going to be at the rear, changing the springs and shocks and probably some of the bushes maybe. I think that's going to take a bit of an effort. I've deliberately not taken the wheels off yet, otherwise the brake discs behind tend to suffer the weather and get corroded up real quick. I've put my finger through there and had a feel. There's no lip on the discs, so I'm thinking, although these were replaced maybe 8 years ago, I think they may be okay, but we will take the wheels off and check brake pads and everything. We need to bleed the brakes anyway, so the wheels will come off. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found some of this interesting. I am going to be up against it. As I say, we've got a couple of holidays and events going on with XJ40, so I do need to get this car sorted. plenty more videos featuring XJ40 coming along very soon.